morning, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1961 season is on the air. Today's date is May 7th, 1961. We are at Busch Stadium, or the Old Sportsman's Park, for a big National League matchup between the arch-rival Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cubs come into this game a record of 9 wins, 11 losses. The Cardinals, off to a good start. They lead the league right now at 12 wins and 7 losses. The Dodgers are right behind them. The National League is pretty much bunched up earlier in the year, as it really was in 1961. But right now, the Cardinals lead this league. We'll see how long they do it. Cardinals were not a bad team. The Cardinals historically won this game 4-2. The Cards had 7 hits and no errors. The Cubs 4 hits and 2 errors. Made a few mistakes out there in the field. We got a few Hall of Famers and a couple of greatest of all time for tonight's matchup, so it should be an amazing game tonight. Steeler fan is first to join us here at Busch Stadium. I'd like to ask anybody in the chat, did anyone ever go to Old Sportsman's Park back in the day? Remember, the Cardinals moved into the new Busch Stadium in the early 70s before they left Sportsman's Park. But, of course, in 1961, it was known as Busch Stadium, but it was the Old Sportsman's Park. So if anybody ever went to this park, of course, that would be 60 years ago, as I usually ask for all the ballparks, such as Griffith, Crosley, Busch, and, of course, one stadium we haven't been to yet, Connie Mack, a.k.a. Scheib, and Forbes. So maybe you guys can fill me in a little bit on what you thought of those parks if you ever go to it. We got a good ball game tonight, hopefully. Last night was a good one. The Yankees lost 5-4 in a big comeback by the Twins. I'm not expecting many of those against the Yankees, but who knows what will happen as we move forward with the season. So tonight, we got the arch-rival Cubs and the arch-rival Cardinals here at Busch Stadium. So let's get to it. Starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals tonight was Ernie Broglio. 9 wins, 12 losses, a 4.11 ERA. He actually had a pretty good time out the last time we had him and the Cardinals. So let's all set and ready to go. Let's see what the Cubs got to this. We have seen the Cardinals already. This is our first look at the Chicago Cubs for the 61 season. So let's begin. Top of the first. Starting off for the Cubs will be right fielder Bob Will. 257 average and 8 RBIs. We are using red, white, and white dice. Cardinals are the home team. Let's begin a little baseball. Broglio, 5-2, wild pitch, ball 1. 4-4, that's at the park. Busch Stadium. Let's see here, get that out here. Busch Stadium gets it. They're -1 to strikeouts and +2 to walk. So that's at the park. Busch Stadium, a 6-4, and, well, what do you know? It's a blank, and we start the game off with a rare play. So we bring out the rare play chart, and let's see what happens early in this. 13, foul tip off the catcher, injury check for the catcher. Well, the catcher for the Cardinals tonight is Carl Sawatsky, so let's see if he's going to be hurt. And yeah, he will be. His injury rating is a 4, and starting a 4 is automatically injured for the game. So a foul tip off of Carl Sawatsky, and he's already out. I think that's the first time I ever started the game with an injury. So Sawatsky will leave the game, and the Cardinals will have to bring in another catcher instead. And that is going to be Hal Smith. So he'll take over at the catcher spot. So just like that, we already have an injury and timeout on the field for a substitution. A foul tip off the catcher. That's the first time I've ever started a game with an injury, I believe. That's a first. Just like every time we have the Cardinals on the board, it's never a straight normal game. As you guys know, Brian Patterson joins us here at Busch Stadium. So we'll redo the at-bat. Broglio, 3-3. That is a walk, and that 5 will walk him. So Bob will trot the first on the walk. As I said, Busch Stadium, -1 to strikeouts, +2 to walks. 123 home runs were hit in that place. that year. So Will go to first, and the next batter will be second baseman Don Zimmer, future manager. 252 average, 13 homers, 40 RBIs. He is at the call at second base. Infield a double play depth, and nothing happening with Will. He'll stay put. Broglio will make the pitch. 6-4 against a righty. That is a blank. Zimmer, 3-2. It's a fly to left, and that'll get handled by Stan the Man. And one out. Next batter will be that guy. And the truth be told, is he one of the greatest players of all time? I don't see how you can't say Ernie Banks isn't. Coming up to bat, shortstop, Ernie. Let's play two Banks. 278 average, 29 homers, 80 RBIs. He's known as Mr. Cub. And although Santo and Sandberg have higher WARs than he does, I still think Ernie Banks is the face of the Cubs franchise, and I think he is one of the greatest of all time. Will, we're on it first, and we'll try a strategy roll. And that is a 2, and Will actually gets a steal sign, but with a stolen base rating of 0, he ain't going anywhere. Broglio, 4-1, strikeout 5. He'll get Banks. Struck him out. Strikeout number 1 for Broglio. He had 113 of them in 61. From one Hall of Famer to another, third baseman Ron Santo, 284 average, 23 homers, 83 RBIs. Is he one of the greatest of all time? I'm going to say no, but a Hall of Famer, absolutely no doubt. Can't argue against Santo. Strategy roll, 18, no. Broglio with the pitch. A 5-6 hit by pitch. That 7 is a negative. Santo, a 4-4, and that's a ground ball to third. That'll get handled by Boyer. And Boyer is going to throw to second to get Will. And that retires the side. Pretty eventful first inning there. Only a walk, but an injury, and it knocked out Sawatsky, so he is out for the game. And Smith will take over. And we will go to the bottom of the first. A timeout for a quick second station break. Hold a moment. Be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to do something real quick. So let's go to the bottom of the first, shall we? Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs will be Don Cardwell. 15 wins, 14 losses, a 3.82 ERA. He gets the call for the Cubbies tonight. So let's see what the Cardinals want to bring out here. Let's begin. Bottom of the first. Leading off for the Redbirds, center fielder Don Landrum. 167 average, a homer, and 3 RBIs. So let's see what Cardwell's got for tonight. Cardwell, 5-5. And against the lefty, that's going to be a walk plus, and that's definitely going to walk Landrum. So Cardwell goes ahead and gives up a leadoff walk to Landrum. So a leadoff walk done by Broglio, and then a leadoff walk by Cardwell. So both teams actually get the runners on. Second baseman Julian Javier, 279 average, 2 homers, 41 RBIs, is next. Landrum had 1 stolen base, and he's not going to go anywhere. Cardwell will go ahead and make the pitch. Cardwell, 2-4, strikeout. And yep, that 4 will get Javier. And that is strikeout number 1 for Cardwell. He had 156 of them. Both pitchers not too bad in the strikeout column. 1 down, here's the first baseman, Bill White. 286 average, 20 homers, 90 RBIs. Excellent season for him in 61. Landrum doesn't get anything. White will go ahead and deal with Cardwell. Cardwell sets up with the pitch. 2-5 against the lefty. That's going to be an out. And it will be a fly ball to center. Coming under it will be Heist. And he'll make the catch for the out. 2 men down. And that will bring up the third baseman, Ken Boyer. Heck of a year, and I think he should be in the Hall. 329 average, 24 homers, 95 RBIs. You look at Boyer's stats, then you look at Harold Baines' stats. Come on, who should be in the Hall of Fame? It is not Harold Baines. Let's see, Cardwell will make the pitch to Boyer. Strategy roll first, and that is a 7, nothing happening. Cardwell, 3-6. And against a righty, that is a home run result. Against a right-handed pitcher, Boyer needs a 17. Unbelievable. That's a 20. He does not get it. 85% chance of getting a homer, and he does not get it. 3-4, and he's going to hit a deep fly ball to right field. Going back for it as well. At the track, at the wall, makes the catch. Side retired. So nothing across for the Cardinals except a walk. No score after 1. And another eventful first inning here. Big Clue joins us here at Busch Stadium. I was wondering where you were there, Big Clue. You missed your Reds earlier. I didn't see you for the Reds. I don't know how you can miss a Reds game on my board. Very disappointed in you, sir. You better have had a good reason. We go to the top of the second here at Busch Stadium, old Sportsman's Park. Leading off for the Cubs will be a very young left fielder named Billy Williams. 278 average, 25 homers, 86 RBIs. He was 25 years old in 61. So kind of like the Giants have a 3, 4, and 5 of Mays, McCovey, and Cepeda. The Cubs have a 3, 4, and 5 of Banks, Santo, and Williams. Pick your poison. Williams, of course, a Hall of Famer. Absolutely. Broglio, 5-1. Home run chance. That 12 is going to pass against the lefty. Needs a 1-14. The 12 is good. Against the righty, Williams needs a 17 or lower. Does he go yard? And he will with a 10. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone as he goes ahead and smacks that. As he pulls that ball over the right field fence. And it's a home run for Billy Williams. So Ernie Broglio pitches Williams a grapefruit. He turns it into fruit salad. Cubs are up 1-0 here early in the ball game. So a home run for a Hall of Famer. Not too bad. Next up is the first baseman, George Altman. He had a good season in 61, 303 average, 27 homers, 96 RBIs. First base really not his best position, but he is at first for this game. 1-0 in favor of the Cubs. Broglio, 6-5, strikeout. The 15 will be high. Altman, 4-1. He grounds it back to Broglio, and he'll toss it to first. Next up for the Cubs, center fielder Al Heist. Don't know much about him. 255 average, 7 homers, 37 RBIs. A range of 4, though. Pretty good in the outfield. Broglio will make the pitch. 6-3, strikeout. The 20 is high. Heist, 6-5, and against a righty that's grounded to second base, Javier will handle it with no trouble. 2 down, and here comes the catcher, Sammy Taylor. 238 average, 8 homers, 23 RBIs. Maybe an off and on catcher for the Cubs. Only played in 89 games. Broglio 6-2, strikeout 9, got him, and that will retire the side. But Billy Williams, 1 run on 1 hit, a solo bomb, puts the Cubs ahead 1-0. It's always nice. It's always nice when you see a Hall of Famer on the board hit a home run. We go to the bottom of the second. And we go we have another Hall of Famer coming up. And, of course, I think he's also one of the greatest of all time. Stan, the man Musial, in left field, 288 average, 15 homers, 70 RBIs. Stan, the man Musial, maybe really Mr. Cardinal. And, yes, I do say he is one of the greatest of all time. Cardwell, 1-1, error on a throw. Musial, 3-3, and that's going to be a base hit into center field. It will be a single. Heist will throw it in, but of course there's no throwing error because there's nobody on base. And Musial has a leadoff single. Coming up for the Redbirds next, right fielder Joe Cunningham. 286 average, 7 homers, 40 RBIs. Nothing wrong with those stats in 61. Infield is that double play depth. And nothing on a strat. Musial will stay put. He had no stolen bases. That just tells me he was not really that quick. Cardwell, 6-5 against the lefty. That's going to be an out. And it's going to be a fly ball to center field handled by Heist, and that will be out number 1. So down goes Cunningham. Next up will be the shortstop, Darryl Spencer. Spencer will be on the Los Angeles Dodgers later in the year. He is a Cardinal tonight. 248 average, 12 homers, 48 RBIs. Infield still a double play depth. That is a 1. Musial not going anywhere. Cardwell, he'll go ahead and pitch. 1-6, strikeout 5, and he nails him. And that is a K. Strikeout number 2 for Cardwell. And now we'll see the catcher, Hal Smith. 248 average, 10 RBIs. Hal Smith did not start as Carl Sawatsky was injured on the first batter in the game, and he is out. So Smith now the catcher for the Cardinals the rest of the way, unless, of course, something happens to him. Musial on at first. Still got to roll a strat because Cardwell actually has pickoff chances. Nothing happening. Cardwell, 3-4, range play. Smith, 6-6 against a righty. That's going to be a double into left field, but it's a range play chance for Billy Williams. He was young. He was young at this time. His range is a 2. Can he take away a double? Yes, he can. What a play by Billy Williams. He takes a double to left away from Smith, and that will retire the side. I knew Billy Williams has a little bit of potential. He may become a Hall of Famer one day. No runs and a hit for the Cardinals. The Cubs have a 1-0 lead here after 2 as Woodman 564 joins us here at Busch Stadium. I asked this question earlier. Did anybody ever go to Busch State, this old Busch Stadium, which was known as Sportsman's Park? Did anybody ever go to the stadium? Of course, I know that's 60 years ago, but did anybody ever go to it even as a kid or anything like that? I've only seen pictures of Sportsman's Park, which this is really, renamed Busch Stadium. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Cubs will be the pitcher, Don Cardwell. A 105 average, but he had 3 home runs, so he could hit the ball. Broglio's got to be careful with him. Broglio, 1-4, strikeout. Well, he was careful. He struck him out with a 12, and that is 1 down. And that is strikeout number 3 for Broglio. Here comes Will. Will walked his first time up. Broglio will set in for the pitch. 6-1, and against the lefty, that's going to be an out. And it is a fly to center, and that will be handled by Landrum. That is the second out. Two outs now, and the next batter is Zimmer. Zimmer is 0 for 1. Broglio will go ahead and pitch, and that is a 2-4. That is a blank. Zimmer, 3-3, a line drive hit to first and right into Bill White's glove, and that will retire the side. So a quick inning for Broglio as he needed it, and we will go to the bottom of the third. Cardwell will get back on the mound, and it will be the pitcher leading off for the Redbirds, Ernie Broglio, 145 average and 5 RBIs. Not too bad for a hitter in 60 for a pitcher in 61. Cardwell will deal 2-4, and that is a strikeout. That is a 10, and he got Broglio, and that will be a K. Strikeout number 3 for Cardwell. As I said, he had 156 of them in 61, and Busch Stadium subtracts 1 from strikeouts there. Landrum is next. He walked his first time up. Cardwell, he'll make the pitch. 4-2, that is a blank. Landrum, 2-2, a ground ball hit to first, and Altman will take it himself for the out, 2 down. Javier will come up next. He's 0 for 1. Cardwell gets in there, looks in at Javier. Fans are at Busch Stadium. Know their Cards, only down by a run. Cardwell, 5-3. That's at the park. Busch Stadium, 4-4, and that's going to be a hit into right field. That's going to be a double. Javier's going to round first. He'll slide into second, and the Cardinals get a 2-out, 2-bagger. A nice hit by Javier, a little help out there from Busch Stadium, and it will give White a chance. White is 0 for 1. Cardwell does have pickoff chances. That's a 16. Nothing will happen there. Cardwell, he'll come in on White. Pitch underway. 2-2. That is a blank. White, 6-4. And that's going to be a base hit to left field for White. Will that score? Javier he's very fast. Base running rating of 6. A single to left field +1 is a 7. It won't matter. Javier will come in. He will score. This game is tied on an RBI single by White. White ties the game up there with a nice RBI. And we are now tied at 1. And here comes Boyer. Boyer 0 for 1. White on at first. He had 8 stolen bases. He's a stealing threat, but that 6 means he stays put. Cardwell will now go ahead and pitch. Cardwell, 1-5. Home run chance. That 17, though, is going to be too high no matter what. Boyer, 1-6, and he grounds 1 to short. Handled easily by Ernie. And Banks is going to throw to second to get White and retire the side. Cardinals on the board, though. 1 run on 2 hits. We are tied at 1 after 3 in this big-time National League matchup. Still early in the season. Station break. This is the RJL YouTube Network. We go to the top of the 4th inning here, tied at 1 between the Cubs and the Cardinals. And Broglio gets back on the mound. And let's see who leads off here for the Cubs. Leading off for the Cubs is Ernie Let's Play 2 Banks. Banks is 0 for 1. Amazing player he was, and I heard he was also just a wonderful human being as well. Broglio recently passed away only a few years ago. Broglio, 2-2. That is a range play. Banks, a 5-6. That's a fly to left. That's hit to Musial. Musial, not the best range out there. His range is a 2. But he's going to make the catch on a 1. Nice play by Musial. And that will take a hit chance off the board there. And that's a fly to left. Nice play by Musial. So 1 out from one Hall of Famer to another one. Here is Santo. Santo is 0 for 1. Broglio with the pitch. 2-3. Strikeout 6. And he got him just barely, but he got him. Struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for Broglio. And now another Hall of Famer, Williams. Williams got a bomb his first time up. So he's 1 for 1 with a home run. He had 25 of them in 61. We'll see if Broglio deals with Williams a different way. Broglio, 3-3, walk, 12. Nope, that's high. Williams, 6-2, and he's going to lace a single past short. And Williams will have his second hit of the game. So Williams now has a home run and a single. He'll go to first. And the next batter is Altman. Altman is 0 for 1. The last time we did see Billy Williams in a previous season, and that was 1976 when he was with the Oakland Athletics. So we did see, this is not the first time we've seen Billy Williams, at least in one of the replays. 1976 was the first time we saw him. Dragon King 1 joins us here at Busch Stadium. Yes, good to see you there, Dragon King. Strategy roll, that is a 17, nothing happening. Broglio with the pitch. 1-1, walk, 6, and yep, that's going to be ball 4. So it looked like it was going to be a pretty easy inning, but now we got runners at first and second with 2 outs. And a chance now for Heist. And Heist is 0 for 1. Runners at first and second, 2 outs here. Top of the 4th, tied at 1. Cubs and Cards. Strategy roll of 12, nothing happening. Broglio will pitch. 4-2. That's going to be a pitcher result, and that 14 is going to be too high. Heist, a 2-5, and it's a base hit to left field. That will be a single. Williams, a base running rating of 4 with 2 outs. A single to left, +1 will be a 5, so he will score on a 1-5. It is a 5, and he does. So Williams comes around to score. That 5 is going to be too high, so Altman will automatically stop at second. His base running rating, well, actually, no, his base running is a 5 with 2 outs. My bad. Altman actually will make third on that. Altman will make third because his base running rating is a 5 with 2 outs. So Altman does make third, and Heist goes to first. Cubs now have a 2-1 lead. So Heist comes through to get a run in for the Cubbies. Now runners at first and third, and the batter is Taylor. Heist, great baseball name. Yes, it is. That it is. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs. But now the Cubs have a 2-1 lead. Strategy roll, that is an 8 and nothing happening there. Broglio trying to get out of the inning. Broglio, a 2-2 range play. Taylor, 5-5, that's hit the second base. It's got to be a chance for Javier. His range is a 3. That is a 3. Nice play by Julian Javier. He's got it. He'll throw to first to get the out and retire the side. So 1 run on 2 hits for the Cubs, and they now have a 2-1 lead here going into the bottom of the 4th. Cardwell gets back on the mound. Stan the Man Musial leads off, and he has got a base hit his first time up. Cardwell, he'll go make the pitch to Stan the Man. Cardwell, 2-3. That is a blank. Musial, 2-4. He hits a fly to right. That'll get caught by Will for the first out. 1 down for Cunningham. Cunningham is 0 for 1. Pitch from Cardwell. 4-1. That is a blank. Cunningham, 6-1. That's grounded to second base. Zimmer will make the play with no trouble at all. He was a lot thinner back then. Throws the first 2 outs. And at least Don Zimmer doesn't have to worry about Pedro Martinez in 1961. Martinez wasn't even born yet. If everybody remembers the match, the excitement between Zimmer and Pedro Martinez in that Red Sox Yankees championship series game. What was that? I think 2003, right? Here comes Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 1. At least he didn't get badly hurt. Cardwell with the pitch. 1-1. Error on a throw. Spencer, 2-1. There won't be an error. That's a fly to right, and that will get taken care of by Will. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Redbirds. 2-1 lead still for the Cubs after 4 in a rapidly moving ball game so far. Is really the kind of ways that these games really went back in the 60s, I believe. Of course, how would I know? I didn't really watch any baseball in the 60s. I was born in 69, so what do I know? Here comes Don Cardwell. He will lead off. Cardwell is 0 for 1. And no, there was no artificial turf here, I believe there, Sean 1113. This is Busch Stadium. This is not Busch Stadium. This is Sportsman's Park, really. Busch Stadium, it's really Busch Stadium, okay, at Sportsman's Park. I don't think artificial turf was invented yet. At least I don't remember. So I don't think so. 1961, this is Busch Stadium, but it was the old Sportsman's Park. No turf here, I believe. Broglio will pitch to Cardwell. Broglio, 3-2, range play. Cardwell, 5-4, and that's a ground ball to third. That ball is at the Boyer. Good range is a 4. And he'll make the play. Nice take care of there. He'll throw to first for the out, 1 down. One down. The next batter is Will. Will is 0 for 1. Broglio, he'll go ahead and pitch. Broglio, 5-6, hit by pitch. Nope, not with the 17. Will, 5-3. That's a grounder to second base. Javier will take care of it and toss it to first. Next batter is Zimmer. Zimmer is 0 for 2. Yeah, it's okay, Sean 1113. It's all right. Remember, I was born in 1969 and never saw any games played at Old Sportsman's Park, hence Busch Stadium. But yes, that's right. Cardwell is an ex-Met. Broglio with the pitch, or he should say he will be a Met later, because this is 1961 there, Cleve baseball fan. 5-1, home run chance, and that 8 is going to pass. Zimmer has a good chance against a righty. He needs an 11 or lower. Does Zimmer go yard here at Busch Stadium? No, he doesn't. The 13 is too high. 6-4, and he just chops it to third. That'll get handled by Boyer. Throws to first to retire the side, and Zimmer is a little bit mad at himself. He knew he should have gotten a hold of that one and sent it out, but instead, it's a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the bottom of the 5th. So Cardwell can't be an ex-Met, Cleve baseball fan, if he hasn't been a Met, if the Mets aren't around there yet. 61. Come on, guys. At least Steeler fan and I know Steeler fans, Astros, and my Mets were never going to lose a game this season. That's for sure. Steeler fans, Astros, and my Mets, we're going undefeated. Absolutely. Here's Smith. Hal Smith, the batter, came in for the injured Sawatsky. Smith is 0 for 1. Cardwell with the pitch. 2-5, and against the righty, strikeout, but that 10 is going to be high. Smith, a 4-2, fly to right, and Will get to that with no trouble. Will has made 3 of the last 4 putouts, as they're all hitting the ball to right field. Here is Broglio. Broglio is 0 for 1. Cardwell will go ahead and make the pitch. And that is a 1-4, and that is a range play at the park. Busch Stadium, 5-2, and that is a single plus into center field. But it's a range play, however, for Heist. Heist's range is a 4. Does he take a single away from Broglio? Yes, he does. Heist comes in there, and he's going to make a big-time catch and take a single away from Broglio, and that's out number 2, so that is now a fly out to center. What a play by Heist out there. That was a single with a possible double, and Heist, well, performs a heist and steals a single away from Broglio. Here is Landrum. Landrum is 0 for 2. That's right, Steeler fan. First artificial turf, 1966 in the Dome. Landrum 0 for 1. Cardwell 3-2, and that against the lefty is a walk plus, and that will go ahead and walk Landrum easily, and the Cardinals get a 2-out walk. Second walk issued by Cardwell. Javier is next. He's 1 for 2. Landrum had 1 stolen base, and that's a 3. He is not going anywhere. Cardwell with the pitch. 1-6, strikeout. 13 is high. Javier, 4-1. It's a fly ball to left field. Billy Williams will grab that with no trouble at all, and that retires the side. Nothing across except a walk. The Cubs have a 2-1 lead on the Cardinals after 5. Top of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Cubs will be, let's play 2, Ernie Banks. Banks is 0 for 2, though. He's looking for his first hit. Ernie Banks, I still say, one of the greatest of all time. Broglio will pitch. 3-2, range play. Banks, 4-1. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Boyer. Boyer getting lots of chances. His range is a 4. That is a 5. It'll get past him, and that is going to be shot down the line. Banks is going to have a double. So Banks just gets that passed right past Boyer, but just barely. And Banks has a leadoff double. And he will hold that second. And now you get Banks on at second, and now the batter is Santo. And Santo is 0 for 2, so you kind of think he's due for a hit. Banks on at second. Strategy roll still. Nothing happening with the 11. Broglio will go ahead and pitch. Broglio 2-1. Strikeout. 17 is high. Santo 4-6. And he grounds 1 to short. That'll be handled by Spencer. Throws to first. Banks, does he get to third? No, he does not. He'll stay at second. Santo now 0 for 3. And here comes Williams. Williams is 2 for 2 today. A home run and a single. So we'll see what Williams does here with a runner on second. Let's play 2 gets a double, ironically enough. Yes, it does. Sean 11-13. And the strategy roll keeps Banks at second base. Broglio will go ahead and pitch. 1-5 against the lefty. That is a blank. Williams 1-4, and that's a fly to left, and coming under that is going to be Musial. He will make the catch. Banks will stay at second. He won't even try, and that will be the second out. Next batter is Altman. Altman is 0 for 1, walked his last time up. Nothing on the strat. Broglio will go ahead and make the pitch to Altman. Broglio, 1-1, walk, 7. Yep, that's going to be ball 4. So Altman will trot to first on the base on balls. And that is the 3rd walk issued by Broglio. He had 70 of them in 61. And now that will bring up Heist. Heist is 1 for 2 as a single. An RBI single, actually. So we'll see if Heist can go ahead and perform a heist. And strategy roll, 9, no play. Broglio will go ahead, prepare to make the pitch. Fans here at Busch Stadium hoping for a good pitch. Broglio, 6-6, error on a grounder. Heist, 5-2, and that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to third. That ball is at the Boyer. His error rating is a 9. That's a 3. It's going to handcuff him. He's going to drop it, and everybody will be safe. Wow, Boyer makes an error at third, and it's an error on a grounder, so only a one-base error. That is an E5, and that is the first error on the Cardinals. They didn't have any errors historically in the game, but Boyer will make one here. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. And it will be up to Sammy Taylor to see if he can maybe get some runs in. Taylor is 0 for 2. David Vega joins us here at Busch Stadium. And yes, this is a big rivalry. The Cubs and Cardinals is I guess you could, I don't know. I don't know if the Cubs, Cardinals, or Giants, Dodgers is what you would call the Yankees Red Sox rivalry of the National League. It's pretty close. I would really have to say the Dodgers and Giants is the Red Sox Yankees rivalry of the National League. I pretty much think so. Although Cubs and Cardinals is a very close second. Strategy roll. That is an 8. Nothing happening. Broglio will make the pitch to Taylor. Bases are full of Cubs. Broglio with the pitch. 6-3. Strikeout 5. He got him, and he'll get out of the inning. Strikeout number 5 for Broglio. And he gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and a walk. It stays 2-1 going into the bottom of the 6th. As the Cubs cannot bring in any of the runs. Chicago and St. Louis, yeah, it's a more regional rivalry, yes. But Chicago and St. Louis so close. Yeah, more of a regional rivalry. But I think the Dodgers-Giants rivalry is like there is no bigger rivalry in baseball than Red Sox and Yankees, obviously. If I was to call them maybe the biggest rivalry in all of sports, Red Sox-Yankees could be very close. The only other rivalry I would have to say, in all of sports that is Michigan-Ohio State for college football. That's really the only other rivalry I can really think of that's as close to that. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Bill White leads off for the Redbirds. He is 1 for 2. Cubs lead 2-1. Cardwell, 1-5. Home run chance. That 14 is going to pass. White against the righty needs a 14. A 1-14. He goes ahead and ties this game up. Yes, he does. Kaboom! That ball is hit deep to center field. It is high. It is deep. Heist going back, but he's not going to heist this one. It's gone. Home run, Bill White. Stadium cheers. Yay! Bill White had 20 bombs, and he goes ahead and gets one here. And we are tied at 2 now in the bottom of the 6th, as Cardwell does pitch White a meatball, and White turns that into lasagna. Chance now for Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 2. Tied at 2 now. Good matchup here between Cardwell and Broglio. Cardwell, 1-3. Strikeout. The 6 will get him. And that is out number 1. And that is strikeout number 4 for Cardwell. 1 down. And here comes Musial. Musial, 1 for 2, has a single. Cardwell, he'll make the pitch. 2-4, strikeout. The 20 is too high. Musial, 3-5, and it's a fly to left, and Williams will get to that one for the 2nd out. Here comes Cunningham. Cunningham is 0 for 2. Cardwell, he'll go ahead, set up, and deal it. And 6-6 range play. Cunningham, 2-4, popped up to the pitcher. Cardwell has a great range on that mound, and that's a range of 5. Does he make the play? Yes, he does, with no trouble at all on a 2, and that will retire the side. But 1 run on 1 hit, a solo bomb by Bill White. And we are tied at 2 after 6. You think the best rivalry in sports this century has been Steelers and Ravens. Teams are always good and the games are brutal. Uh, I'll agree to disagree. Sorry there, Steeler fans. Steelers-Ravens, heck of a rivalry, yes. Okay, but really, I think Red Sox-Yankees beats that rivalry easily. I still think, but as I said, that may be the best rivalry in all of sports. I think Michigan-Ohio State, I really, truly think that's really that may be the best. That may be the best overall football rivalry. I just don't, and nobody in the pros right now. I mean, yeah, you still got, with the Washington Redskins gone now. Now the Washington Commanders, the Cowboys Commanders game doesn't make anything like that anymore. I don't know. I mean, Lakers Celtics was a big rivalry, but that was an interconference rivalry. I think really maybe the best rivalry in all sports is a very close tie between the Red Sox, the Yankees, and Michigan and Ohio State. I just don't think there's any other rivalry bigger than that. Although I'm not taking anything away from Alabama, Auburn, or USC, UCLA, or Oklahoma, Texas, but Michigan, Ohio State, those games are always brutal. We go to the top. Ron McGrath joins us here at Busch Stadium. So we now go to the top of the 7th, tied at 2. And Don Cardwell leading off. Let's see, how many batters can he face yet? He can face 5 more batters. He's going to go ahead and hit. This is 1961, not 2022. Broglio with the pitch. 5-1. Home run chance. Home run chance. That's a 3. And against the righty, that's good for Cardwell. He can hit one. His home run rating is a 9. And here he goes. Here comes the pitch. Does Cardwell get this one out? No, he doesn't. It's a 4-6, and they'll have to settle for a deep fly ball to center. Landrum will get to it and make the play. Oh, wow. Cardwell almost got a hold of one. He just pretty much missed it. 1 down. And here comes Will. Baseball rivalries are watered down because they play so much. Michigan is dumb. Like I said, Steeler fan, it may be so, but still, Fenway Park is full for every Red Sox Yankees game. Yankee Stadium is full for every Yankees Red Sox game there too. Michigan and Ohio State, there's never an empty seat. I have seen empty seats at Baltimore and Pittsburgh, depending how good the teams have been doing when they're playing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not saying you're totally wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong there, my brother. I just can't agree with that. Bob Will leads off for the is next up for the Cubs, and he is 0 for 2. Broglio will make the pitch. DVIP joins us here at Busch Stadium. 3-4 home run result, but there's zeros for Will. He won't make one. 4-4, and that is going to be a fly ball to center, taken care of there by Landrum, and that's out number 2. Broglio can pitch to one more batter before he tires, and here comes Zimmer. Zimmer is 0 for 3. Steelers have sold out every game since 1970. I don't know. And that one day, I saw a number of games where there were empty seats there, Steeler fans. Broglio will make the pitch. 3-1, possible error. Zimmer, a 5-6. That's a fly ball to center field. It's hit to Landrum. Landrum has an error rating of 0, so we will not make an error, and that will retire the side. So Landrum actually makes all 3 putouts here in the top of the 7th. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. And our next matchup will be tomorrow here on the matchup, and it will be for May 10th. Speaking of the Boston Red Sox, well, we're going to get our first look at the Red Sox tomorrow night. We will be back at Old LA Wrigley Field as the Boston Red Sox will take on the Los Angeles Angels. The Red Sox will have Tom Brewer on the mound, and the Angels will have Ron Moeller. So a good matchup tomorrow night back at LA Wrigley Field, where a lot of home runs were hit, during that season. But so far, you really don't know much what can happen in inside pitch. So we get our first look at the Red Sox for 1961, as the Red Sox will take on the Angels, and that is tomorrow night's game on inside pitch. Make sure, after further review with Steve, make sure Steve Tower is aware that his Red Sox are on the field tomorrow night. Bottom of the seventh here, Cubs and Cardinals tied at 2. And leading off for the Cardinals will be Darryl Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 2. Cardwell has a few more batters he can face. Broglio is due to bat third. I think his day is done. Cardwell with the pitch. 4-3 against the righty. Strikeout. And the 5 will be good. He got him. Strikeout number 5 for Cardwell. And that is the first out. Smith is next. Smith is 0 for 2, who came in for the injured Sawatsky. Cardwell, 1-3, strikeout. That 16 is going to be high. Smith will swing, 1-2, and it's going to be a base hit past short. So Smith goes ahead. He'll get on with a single with a hit to keep the inning going. Ernie Broglio due to bat next, but they're going to yank him. That'll be it for him. A nice job by Ernie Broglio, though. Only gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. Good job. They will go to the bench, and let's see who the Cardinals want to bring up, and they will. Let's see. They're going to go ahead and bring on a switch hitter, and it will be Red Schoendienst, Hall of Famer, 300 average, a homer, 12 RBIs. Red Schoendienst will pinch hit against Cardwell, switch hitter. Well, Steeler fan, Matt does happen to be right with what he just said there. That happens to be true. So let's see. So the pitcher spot is 0 for 2. Schoendienst will go ahead now and take a swing. Smith, no stolen base attempts, though. That's 4 is going to keep him where he is. Cardwell will pitch to Schoendienst. Infield, of course, is at double play depth. Cardwell, 6-2, wild pitch. And yep, that's going to go to the backstop. Cardwell uncorks one, and that's going to put a runner in scoring position. Wild pitch by Cardwell. So Smith now goes to second. And Schoendienst will get another chance here. That takes away the double play as well. Reroll the strategy. That is a 2. Smith will stay put. Cardwell, I know you're not, Rob. I know you're not, Matt. That's fine. You happen to be right. You were talking about this century. I get that. I forgot you were talking about this century. You're correct. Cardwell will go ahead and pitch. Cardwell, 3-1, strikeout 5. That's going to be too high. Schoendienst didn't strike out much that year. Schoendienst, 2-1, and that is going to be a fly to left. Coming under there will be Williams. He'll make the catch for the out, and Smith will stay where he is for out number 2. Top of the order now, here is Landrum. Landrum is 0 for 3, is walked twice. He's 0 for 1. Cardinals may go to the bench here too. We only batted 167. We are in the 7th inning. Let's see what we're going to do here. And he is what? Landrum is in center. And I could bring him in. Yeah, let's go ahead. Landrum coming out of the game and coming on to pinch hit for Landrum will be Curt Flood, another player who I think maybe should be in the Hall. 322 average, 2 homers, 21 RBIs. Curt Flood will also take over in center. So timeout to put Flood on the scorebook here. So Curt Flood will also take over in center field. And now he will hit. And because he's making over in center field, I have to go ahead and make a change on the board too. So hold on 1 second here. Flood's in center. So now that is, so let's see here. He's center. So we got to do this. So I got him because they're making a play in center field. So center field. So here, what is he? -2. So he is now -3 and 0 and -1. Okay. That's all you got to do sometimes. You make a change. When you make a change in the outfield, utilizing this card that maybe you guys may be using also like I do, always make sure you make your changes in case you replace an outfielder. Curt Flood has a much better arm. Strategy roll first. And that is a 9. Smith will stay put. Flood trying to put the Cardinals ahead. Cardwell will pitch to him. 1-6. That's a strikeout, and he'll get him on a K. What a pitch by Cardwell. He gets Flood, and that is a big strikeout. And that retires the side. Still tied at 2 after 7. Nice job by Cardwell to get out of that little jam. We go to the 8th. And leading off for the Cubbies will be Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks. Banks is 1 for 3. He has a double. And right, left. The Cardinals will bring on a right-hander, I think, to pitch. And they're going to go with Bob Miller. 1 win, 3 losses, 3 saves, a 4.26 ERA. Miller takes over, and he'll pitch to Banks. Top of the 8th, tied at 2. Good matchup here at Busch Stadium. Miller, 3-1. That is a blank. Banks, 4-2. He popped it up. Pop out to short, and Spencer will get to it. And that is 1 down. Ernie Banks telling me let's play 2. And I'm telling Ernie Banks, I hate to say this, but it's a school night. Here's Santo. Santo was 0 for 3. He's looking for his first hit. Miller, 5-2. That is a blank. He's not tired. Santo, 6-3. And that is a grounder to short. And that'll get handled by Spencer. Spencer throws to first for the out. So Spencer fielded a pop-up. Now he fields a grounder. And here comes Williams. Williams, 2 for 3, a home run and a single. Miller, trying to get the Cardinals here, keeping a 2-2 game. Miller's pitch, 4-3, strikeout, the 8. It will get Williams. He struck him out, and a nice job by Miller, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Chance for the Cardinals to maybe take a lead here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cardwell will be tired after the next batter. And Julian Javier leads off for the Birds. And they're gonna let him pitch to him, and they'll bring in probably a pinch hitter, a new pitcher after Javier. We'll see what happens. So bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 2. You have an algebra quiz in the morning, Robert? Well, like I said, when you got to go to work the next day, I call it a school night. Cardwell will go ahead and make the pitch. And by the way, algebra was one of my better subjects, though. 6-6, range play. Javier, 6-4, ground ball to second. Ball is hit to Zimmer. Zimmer's range is a 3. That is a 6. It'll get by him, and the Cardinals get the go-ahead run on base. So a leadoff single for Javier. And the batter now is White. White already has a home run, 2 for 3, and that will be it for Cardwell. He is tired, and they're not going to let him pitch. So the Cubs will go to the bullpen and now bring on a lefty here, since 2 lefties and a righty now due up. So let's see who the Cubs want to bring on to pitch. Let's see here. Coming on to pitch for the Cubs will be Jim Brewer. 1 win, 7 losses, no saves. A 5.79 ERA, though, but they're going to go with Brewer. Their number one main left-handed pitcher in the bullpen right now here in 61. Jim Brewer will pitch to Bill White. Infield is at double play depth. Javier did have 11 stolen bases. And that, of course, and we're going to see if he gets it. And that's an 18. And nope, no play. He will go ahead and hold there. Bill White does not get the bunt either, and I don't think you bunt with him anyway. Brewer will go ahead and make the pitch. Brewer, 3-3 against the lefty. That is a blank. White will get the swing. 1-5, and that's a ground ball to short. Let's see if they turn the double play. 2-2-3. Second base pivot, Zimmer, +1 is a 4. No. The only play he has is the first. Javier will go to second. Picked up there by Banks. Javier got a great jump, and the throw goes to first. And that's out number 1, but now the runner is in scoring position. So in a way, it kind of worked like a bunt. And now a chance for Boyer. Boyer is 0 for 3. He is due. Javier on at second. Brewer will pitch to Boyer. Tied at 2, bottom of the 8th. Infield is now back with Javier on at second. Fans here at Busch Stadium hoping for a hit. Brewer, strategy roll first, though. I should do a strategy roll because Brewer, and that is an 11, nothing happening. Brewer will now pitch. 6-3, home run result against the lefty. Boyer needs a 7. That's a 4. That is gone. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is at deep to center field. Heist again is not going to make a heist on this one. That is gone. 2-run bomb by Ken Boyer. Stadium cheers. Yay! Ken Boyer goes ahead. Brewer went ahead, threw him a grapefruit. Boyer turned it into fruit salad. And the game is now at the historical score of 4-2. Obviously, Ken Boyer felt he belongs in the Hall of Fame, and he hits one there. 4-2 now. The Cardinals take the lead in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes Musial. Musial is 1 for 3. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brewer uncorked the bad one there. And Boyer took advantage of it, sent it right over center field. Brewer will now go ahead and make the pitch. 4-1, that's at the park. Busch Stadium, 1-1, and that's a fly to center again. But this time, Heist will get to it, and he'll heist that ball 2 down. 2 outs now for Cunningham. Cunningham is 0 for 3. Brewer, he'll go ahead and make the pitch. 6-5, hit by pitch. Yeah, he'll smack him. Cunningham must have gotten plastered by lots of bat pitches in 61. His hit by pitch rating is a 21. -5 makes him a 16. So pretty much anytime a hit by pitch comes up for Cunningham, he's probably going to get plunked, and he does there. So he will trot to first. And now Spencer a chance to give the Cardinals an extra run here. Spencer, however, 0 for 3. 2 outs. Strategy rolls are still active. Cunningham did have a stolen base that year. He's not going. Brewer will now go ahead and pitch. Brewer 1-4 against the righty. Yep, that's a base hit right past the pitcher, and it will be a single. Cunningham rounding second. He will make third with a base running rating of 4 with 2 outs. And Spencer gets his first hit of the game. And now here comes Smith. Smith is 1 for 3. Smith came in for the injured Sawatsky. He got a single his last time up. And Brewer, he can pitch to one more batter before he tires. They're going to let him pitch, as the Cubs now pretty much think this game is not out of reach. And Smith does not hit lefties as well as righties. Brewer will go ahead and pitch. Strategy roll, nothing on the 15. Brewer, 5-4 against a righty. Strikeout, the 11 is just a little high. Smith, 1-1, and that's a fly to center. And Heist will get to this one easily. Plenty of room. He has plenty of ball, and that will end the inning. Good inning, though, for the Redbirds. 2 runs on 3 hits. A 2-run bomb by Ken Boyer. Cardinals lead 4-2. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Top of the 9th inning, 4-2 Cardinals. This was the historical score of the game, 4-2. Pretty close in terms of the statistics. The Cardinals, 4-run right now. The Cardinals, 4 runs on 8 hits. They had 7 hits historically. The Cubs, 2 runs on 4 hits. They did have 4 hits historically in the game. They also had 2 errors, though. The Cardinals have made 1 error. The Cubs have not made any. George Altman will lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. Bob Miller coming out. Cardinals will go to the closer. And that is going to be, is that Lindy McDaniel? Yeah, it is. And that is going to be Lindy McDaniel. He's going to come out here and try to close. At least I think I'll use him. Let's see. Do I want to use him or do I rather use a couple of lefties here? McDaniel's the better pitcher. I'll go with McDaniel. Lindy McDaniel will come on to pitch. And he will try to get the save. Lindy McDaniel, 10 wins, 6 losses, 9 saves, a 4.88 ERA. He will try to close this game for the Birds. George Altman will bat, and he walked twice. He's 0 for 1. Top of the 9th. Fans are at Busch Stadium. This Cardinals team is off to a good start. They're 12-7 at this time. McDaniel with the pitch. 5-4, range play. Altman, 1-6, fly ball center field. That ball is hit to Curt Flood. He gets a chance to make a play. His range is a 4. It is a 4. Nice play by Flood, and he makes it out there. 1 out. Flood goes ahead and makes the play. And Flood has better defense anyway than Landrum, so Flood gets out there and makes a heck of a play. 1 out. Here comes Heist. Heist still bat. He is 1 for 3, singled, reached on an error his last time up. McDaniel, he'll go ahead and pitch it. 1-6, error on a grounder. Heist, 1-3 against a righty. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Boyer. His error rating is a 9. That's an 18. He won't make it. He's got it. Throws to first. 2 down. Nice play by Boyer. He took his time on that one. And the last chance for the Cubs will be Sammy Taylor. Will he bat, though? Let's see. And the answer is, does it matter? Do I have the catcher? I think I have the catcher, right? Yeah, I got Bertel. They will pull him back, and the Cubs will go ahead and bring on a pinch hitter. And they can bring on anybody, and it will be Frank Thomas. He will come up to bat. Frank Thomas will be on the Milwaukee Braves later in the year. He's on the Cubs tonight. 281 average, 27 homers, 73 RBIs. And this is not the big hurt. This is the old Frank Thomas. And he will go up against McDaniel. So 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning. Cardinals lead 4-2. Cubs trying to get a run here or try to get a base runner. Here comes the pitch. McDaniel, 4-2. That is a blank. He's not tired. Thomas swings. 4-1, and it's a base hit to left field. The game will continue. Frank Thomas hits one to left, and that will continue the game as that will bring the tying run to the plate. What? Did you expect the 1-2-3 closing inning at RJO Network? I think not. So now Frank Thomas on at first, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Brewer. So the Cubs will go back to the bench. And coming on to pitch for the bat for the Cubs now will be they will go with Dick Bertel. Bertel is the other catcher, but he'll go in, he'll stay in the game, which means the pitcher spot will be taken by a different position. So here comes Dick Bertel, the catcher, the other catcher, 273 average, 2 homers, 33 RBIs. Bertel might as well get him in the game. He's got to take over at catcher if this game goes any further. So 2 outs now, 4-2. Thomas on it first. McDaniel will pitch to Bertel. Strategy rolls her off. McDaniel will just pitch to straightaway. McDaniel sets up. Fans are at Busch cheering. McDaniel with the pitch. 4-4, strikeout 3, swing and a miss, strikeout, and that's your game. The Cardinals will beat the Cubs tonight, 4-2 in the actual historical score. Stadium cheers. Yay! No runs on 1 hit. Why isn't Thomas's card Milwaukee colors? They are. These are the colors. These are the colors that Milwaukee uses in for the season. I'll get you a closer look. You notice yellow, blue numbers and red numbers. He uses gray and gray for the Braves in 1961. They are Milwaukee colors. That's the colors he uses there, Steeler fan. A big win for the Cardinals tonight. They beat the Cubs 4-2. And once again, the home team wins. The home team has not lost any games yet in this season. Weird. I don't think I've ever had that before. Not one visiting team has won a game yet. And I'll double check, but I think the home team has won every single game. And last night, the Twins won late in the bottom of the 9th inning, so the home team has not lost a game yet. Final line score coming up. For the Cardinals, 4 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. For the Cubs, 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is Bob Miller. He'll get the win. Jim Brewer will take a tough loss. And Lindy McDaniel will pick up the save. A big win here for the Cardinals tonight. And they did pretty good. Nice job by the Redbirds. But we're not done. 10-minute ticker coming right up. Yeah, he uses gray and gray for the colors for the Milwaukee Braves. I don't know why, but I usually know he uses the main uniform colors is where he gets his color choices for certain teams during the season. Trust me, I had a few questions on that, but that's what he sets, and that's fine by me. It doesn't bother me. All right, let's see what we got here. It is time for the 10-minute ticker brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Cardinals will beat the Cubs tonight. Let's see how the rest of the major leagues goes tonight. May 7th, Detroit and the White Sox start with a doubleheader, game 1. Detroit 8-61-7. The White Sox 7-36, and that is 4. Detroit wins the first game. Game number 2. Detroit 14-63, and that is 9. White Sox 13-15, and that is 2. And another win for the Tigers. They'll sweep them. Washington and Cleveland, Senators in the Tribe. Washington 7-41, that's 4. Cleveland 12-34, and that is also 4. They tie. Washington rolls a 4, -1 is 3. Cleveland rolls a 2, +0 is 2, and that will be a win for the Senators in extras. Washington and Cleveland, game number 2. And that is junk. I'll get rid of that. Gotta love those spam calls. Game number 2. Washington 5-32, and that's 3. Cleveland 15-56, and that's 8. And the Indians will split that twin bill. Baltimore at Kansas City. Baltimore 13-62, and that is 8. Athletics 9-54, and that's 6. The Orioles right now are the best team in baseball. Yankees and the Angels. Yankees 15-23, and that is 3. Angels 13-44, that's 5. That's going to be a win for the Halos. Boston and Minnesota. Boston 8-15, and that is 2. Minnesota 8-15, and that is also 2. And these two teams will tie. There's a spam call. Yeah, right. You are a spam call. Steeler Dragon. Let's see. Boston rolls a 3, +0 is 3. And Minnesota rolls a 1, -1 is 0. The Red Sox will get that win. Reds and the Braves in a doubleheader, game 1. Cincinnati 4-65, and that is 7. Braves 11-16, and that is 2. That game belongs to the Reds, game number 2. Reds 9-51, and that's 5. Braves 6-11, that's 0, and the Reds will take both games from the Braves. Giants and the Fighting Phils. Giants 21-12, and that's 2. Phillies 6-53, and that is 5. The Phillies will win that ball game. Dodgers and the Pirates. Dodgers have the left arm of God on the mound, by the way. 18-51, and that is 7. Pirates 9-33, and that is 4. That will be a win for the left arm of God. Moving on to May 8th, Boston and the Angels. Boston 8-66, and that is 10. Angels 13-65, and that is also 10. Wow. Pitching must have taken the day off in that one. Boston rolls a 4, +0 is 4. Angels roll a 6, -2 is 4. It's a tie, which means the Angels will win the game. Dodgers and the Phillies. Dodgers 15-44, and that is 6. Philadelphia 6-46, that's 5, and that will be a win for the Dodgers. On to May 9th, Cleveland and the White Sox. Cleveland 16-52, and we got 7. White Sox 14-32, and that's 4. That'll be a win for the Tribe. Washington and Detroit, doubleheader, game 1. Washington 1-36, that's 3. Tigers 14-15, and that's 2. Believe it or not, the Senators will win the first game. Game number 2, Washington 5-15, that is 1. Detroit 10-56, 7, and they will split the twin bill. Yankees and the Athletics. Yankees 20-16, and that's only 4 runs, though. Athletics 3-11, that's 0, and the Yankees will beat the A's. Boston and the Angels, we have these two tomorrow. Boston 1765, and that is 11. Angels 1734, and that is 5, and that will be a win for the Red Sox. Baltimore and Minnesota. Orioles 924, and that is 3. The Twins 531, and that is also 3. They will tie. Baltimore rolls a 6, plus 0 is 6. Minnesota rolls a 3, minus 1 is 2. That will be a win for the O's. Cubs and the Braves. Cubs 1053 and 6. Braves 1424, and that's 4. That'll be a win for the Cubbies. Dodgers and the Phils. Dodgers 1266, that's 11. They're playing pretty well right now. Phils 536, and that is 3. Another win for the Dodgers. Giants and the Bucks. Giants 1021, that's 2. Pittsburgh 1044, and that is 5, and that will be a win for the Pirates. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And yes, the Mets and Astros are still unbeaten. Tomorrow night will be May 10th. We are going back to LA Wrigley Field, and we are going to see our first look at the Red Sox. It will be the Boston Red Sox against the Los Angeles Angels. Tom Brewer will pitch for the Red Sox. Ron Moeller will pitch for the Angels. We get our first look at the Bo Sox. And of course, it won't be our last for 1961. Bo Sox, Halos, Brewer, Moeller, be there or be square. Steeler fan, David Vega, Sean 1113, DBIP, Ron McGrath, Dragon King 1, Woodman 564, Big Clue, and Brian Patterson. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Cardinals go ahead and beat the Cubs. They won the historical game 4-2. They win this game 4-2. Inside pitch. Pretty realistic to me. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one.